So Beqom is a SaaS company, and we offer a complete compensation suite. So that's to ensure fair and transparent compensation practices across a company. So Beqom, we are an international company, and that's also important because of the system we are using. We are present across the world, so we are serving customer almost everywhere. And we have 13 entities, legal entities, mainly in Europe, but we are also present in the US. We are now 230 employees. Again, we are spread across the world, in Portugal, in Switzerland, in the UK, France, US, Germany. So yeah, we are across the world. I think that's something very important for us. I'm group controller at Beqom. I've been here for almost 5 years now. We are a small finance team, so I report directly to the CFO, and I'm in charge of the accounting, the reporting, taxes, and controlling. So we starting looking for a new system actually when I arrived 5 years ago, but then we were getting ready to go for an exit. That's when the thing starting to speed up a little bit. We had different accounting system almost for each of our entities, and but we were still fully in charge of all the accounting of the entire group. So for me, when I arrived, it made no sense to have a different accounting system. So I arrived and I was like, I think we should find something that could do the accounting for all our entities, that could do the consolidation, and that could help us having a better reporting. So this is when we started looking for a new tool. I think at the beginning we were looking for something, let's say, user-friendly, because I think our needs were not super complex. So for me, I wanted something easy to use, but that suits our current need, and also that could, of course, support us for future growth. We were, I think, at the right time to do such a move, because our processes were still not too complex. We had a lot of customer, but the volume of transaction were not too high. So yeah, I was really focusing on something that could suit our current need and also help us in the future. It's probably itas. So when I just went online and I was just doing researches as a consolidation tool. And then it's someone from itas who contacted me, and we had a very good first impression. The demo where I could see, thanks to the demo, that it was something that could really help us. And again, to me, the fact that we could have something not easy to implement, but user-friendly, easy to manage, that can be implemented on all our subsidiaries was really something important for me. I think also something I really appreciated, if I'm not mistaken, it's how easy it is to have different general ledger. So maybe it's too specific, but having different general ledger and being able to have different layers, I think this was something really helpful for me, because even if we are only looking at the group figures, so the consolidated figures, Of course, we still need to have some standalone financial statements that are, of course, important to us. So I was really happy to see that this is something we can do thanks to Sage. It's I feel like it was ages ago. So we starting by talking about our requirements, going through almost each function that Sage can provide, and trying to identify what would we need for this, and then we discussed about each steps that needs to be taken to go live. Also, we did a planning to make sure that we would go live when we have time, when everything is well set up and everything. And then we discussed the strategy around the implementation, because even now we are not 100% live, because even if I have the numbers and the financial statement for all our subsidiaries on Sage, we do not transact from Sage for some entities. So we define this, okay, what's the first step we want to do, and so on. And then we, from our side, I think we had a lot of preparation to prepare all the data that will be imported in Sage. And we had trainings. So I did a lot of searching by myself in the help center, which is really well done. We also had online courses. So me and my team, we did a lot of this because I wanted them to be like expert on the tool. You do something because you are used to do it one specific way, but actually there is a lot of other possibilities. And I think this, as it's important to teach yourself all this so that you can be the expert of your tool. And itas, even if during the implementation you gave us a lot of advices, and it was really good because we were working with people who used to be accountants, so they understand our issues, they understand the challenging we are facing, so that was great. But at the end, you as a team member, you know what you need and what you want, where you want to go, and going into the tool, like even going into the implementation environment and just looking for options, solutions, and possibilities that the tool can offer. For me, Sage Intacct really improved our reporting because it brings us a lot of visibility on figures, like on financial statement of our local subsidiaries, because we were not doing the accounting. It was done by external accountant. We had no direct access to their system, of course, but we had all the knowledge of the transaction. Everything is done centrally here. So for me, it made no sense to have to wait for someone else to do the accounting for us. And thanks to Sage, we were able to do the accounting. And then in terms of reporting, we use it a lot for analysis purposes, because it's not, we don't use it for a simple financial statement, like just booking entries. We really use the system for our analysis. So for me, it was really helping that you can have different dimension. You can tag all your expenses or your revenue depending on items, depending on customer and supplier, of course. You can add classes, you can add projects. So it really improved the quality of our data. So that was something very important for me. And thanks to Sage, we could really work on the monthly reporting for each of our subsidiary. We are transacting in Sage for our biggest entities, and then we do a monthly reporting by function, and everything is now automated in Sage. So I don't need just to push the button, because before pushing the button, it's required a lot of work. But at the end, the reporting is really directly extracted from Sage. There is no manual work. I have the layer I want and the information I want in Sage. So this was really the final goal we wanted to reach. It brings us so much clarity, accuracy, and yes, also time, because you went from 90 to 230 employees, and we didn't change the finance team. So definitely we were way much efficient thanks to Sage. And it's true that because of my role as group controller, I'm focusing a lot of on the reporting and the consolidation. But it really helped a lot the team to manage AP, AR, and again, for us, the most important thing was to have something centralized and to have a direct access to the group information. So I don't need to go to each entity. Like I can have a group view on all the transactions. But it's true that for me, the biggest win is have a very good quality of data. But I think it's very powerful. The reports in Sage are really well done. I like also the fact that you can, let's say, build the report as you want. And I like to serve myself, so I would do. I already created like 1,000 reports. Yes, the fact that you can really create the report you want, it's really helpful, and you have on top of the list of reports, you can do custom reports. So really, the fact that if you have good data in Sage, like the reporting is endless. So I've been working a lot in consolidation, and it's true that it's not a consolidation tool that I used to work with, but for our needs, it's perfect. It consolidates very quickly. I don't have a lot of I don't have really issues, and again, like, it is just easy to go through the consolidation steps. Like, for me, it's really easy. Yeah, it's let's say it's basic, but it does the job. So I'm happy with this. On top of this, we had a lot of issues with intercompanies because of the different accounting system, and even if you ask someone to book specific entries, they will not do it the way you want. But thanks to Sage, you can book an invoice, for instance, an AR invoice, and this would book automatically to the inter-entity. So you will have the automatic AP booked in the other intercompanies. So yeah, for sure, that was really helping us, having to eliminate the intercompany easily. So we are not fully set up for this, but we want to implement Avalara so that we can have our sales tax managed easily in the US. Use the tax solution, especially for Switzerland, portfolio in the UK, and we just had to build, but that we did it with the help of itas. We had to build a report so that we can declare, especially VAT. I mean, for the VAT filing, we can directly extract a report and do our VAT filing thanks to Sage. We use the project function, but we don't use it to track our system. But what we could do thanks to Sage is that we have a separate project management system, and we can now invoice. The project manager can send the invoice from their own system. This is pushed to Sage, and then we, as the finance team, we review the invoices to be issued, and then we can send it to the customer. And even if we do not track the project in Sage, we are able to have a full gross margin by project, because we can track all the revenue by customer, we can track all our costs by customer and by project. So this allows us to have a monthly review of all our projects that aligns and reconcile to the project management system. So that was also a good improvement for us. Before having Sage, again, because we had different accounting system where we would have the detail by customer, by project on a separate Excel spreadsheet, and then in our accounting we would do by customer and then by partner, because we were not able to tag our cost by customer. So typically, because our accounting system would not allow us to have a lot of fields, for instance, we would have a very long descriptions to try to bring some more information into the accounting system, with having I don't know, the customer name, and then a dash the project name, dash the supplier name, and of course it would never work. So at the end we were just following our project on an Excel spreadsheet. Yeah, it's something that for the month end, something that really changed, especially for me, for the review, because I think for the people who were actually doing the close end process, we did the same steps, let's say, but in a new system. But for me, it's much more easier to review, because I can have all the information in one view. I don't know, if I want to see, okay, what are the accrued expenses, I created a report so that I can have the split of the accrued expenses by supplier, by months, and I can see the variation. I can see by entity, so that I can clearly understand if something is missing or not. So we've been through an exit process. So we've been through a due diligence without Sage. And when with our new investors, they came with, of course, new reporting requirements. And while we were like being live on Sage, at the same time they came with a lot of new requirements, and we could answer to their requirement within, like, I think 3 months maybe. It took us to build all the new report to have exactly what they wanted. It's more because thanks to Sage, we can have, for instance, all the costs by department. So we created a different operational divisions that it's called in Sage. So we created divisions, parent divisions, so that we can tag all the costs to the correct division, and like this we can track the actual cost per department against the budget. So that's how we could create a lot of visibility in the cost and in the purchase in general. At the very beginning of the implementation, we went through a very long list of requirements, and we will just answer the question, or is this what you need? Is like, how do you manage this and this? And we would really go step by step. AP, how do you manage AP? What do you want to see in your subledger? How many different supplier you have? I remember spending, I think, many hours going through the requirements. So it was managed through that big questionnaire, but it was also a lot of conversation during those calls. We had training provided by the consultant who was working with us on the implementation. But again, like, to me, those training were very easy compared to all the functionalities that Sage Intacct can bring. So we would spend some hours on this. But again, the university or the online courses Sage is offering is already, to me, really, really good. And in terms of training, I feel like the time we spend on our weekly course would bring me a lot of ideas and of knowledge on the tool, more than really during the training. But yes, of course, the training were useful, and we had different training for different the different function of Sage. So in terms of go live, I feel, I don't know for other, but I think for us it was easier because we don't have daily operations. Yes, we have we receive invoice, we issue invoice on a daily basis. But let's say that if nothing goes well, I would still be able to close the month somehow because of our operations. So we just decided a date. Like, of course, we decided the beginning of the month. We imported all the opening balances, and then we decided to go live. We had an extensive support during the first months, I think. And yes, I think the challenge is more for the teams to embrace the change, that really the specific issues you would have in the tool. So for sure, we need to, when you go live like this, you need to dedicate time to this, and you need to know that issuing your invoice will take some more time, the first few weeks, and then once you are used to the tool, it was really easy to transact. So yeah, I was not really afraid of the go live, because again, it would not we would still be able to operate even with the big issues. So it's we are really, but I think that's a mindset of the finance team like it's a mindset at Beqom in general, that we would always try to improve and try to find new way of doing stuff, think maybe outside the box. So we've done a lot. Sometimes I went a bit crazy on my new ideas and I had to go back. But so we did a lot of small changes. For instance, we didn't work with class before, with classes. And as I was saying, for budget purposes and for the following of the budget, we were using those operational division. And on top of this, we add class. So that's for specific like subdivision. We are able now to follow up the actual again budget for some very specific item, let's say, thanks to the class. And that we could create those class for different departments, not only for one. And something I'm now using a lot, I don't know how to explain, it's that I use a lot of those user-defined general ledger, different books basically. So we can report in Swiss GAAP, we can have a report, let's say management GAAP, because the management will ask me to have a different view of the P&L, for instance. So thanks to those different books, I can book the entries and have a perfect reconciliation between local GAAP, Swiss GAAP, and the management reporting, because they would just ask us to present stuff differently. So that was to be really, really helpful, and I'm not sure a lot of tools will offer such a different layer of general ledger. So because we were when we were looking for new software, I think we looked at 4 different solutions, and for Sage we were just looking to work with itas, but it's because again after the first meeting we had, I could understand that it would be the right partner for us. So I did not really look for someone else. We were very happy to work with itas. At the consultant who was working on the implementation, I know that he used to be an accountant, or at least he used to work in the finance department. For me, I'm sure it makes a big difference, because they can understand and we would speak the same language. Because sometimes even when inquiring for new software, sometimes I was like, but am I using the wrong word? But with itas we were really aligned, and yeah, we would have discussion on how to improve stuff. Also, I focused a lot on when he would ask me, I would like, okay, tell me what's the best practice, because I don't know. I do what we have been doing for always. So I just want to know like what's the best practice in the industry. So we had conversation like this. And since we are live, really, I'm amazed by the support. They answer really quickly, and if we don't understand each other, because like the issue after some emails is not fixed, we can jump on the call, and they are really easy to reach. They respond really quickly, and if they cannot fix the issue, it would escalate back to Sage sometimes. So I feel like it's ongoing collaboration, and it's not like itas disappeared after the implementation. So we are really happy to work with itas. I think the relationship with itas is quite good, as I was mentioning, especially with the support, because now that's our main contact is the support. And on top of this, I don't know your feeling, but I feel like we are asked a lot of questions, because we are a small company and we like to change a lot. So every time like, oh, maybe this could be improved, and I would be, maybe there is an option, so let's ask itas. And sometimes it takes time, because of course when you change something, then it required a bit more effort. But even if sometimes it's just sending us the link to the help center, it would also help. And yes, I feel I feel that we are in a continuous improvement of the way we use Sage. So that's something I really appreciate. And when we ask question, itas is always on board. Yeah, the relationship with itas is collaborative, helpful, and friendly. Yes, yeah, itas and the consultant add a lot of value. During the implementation, I was always asking when 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 the consultant will ask me, how do you want this to work? I'm like, I don't know. Just tell me how it worked, because I never worked with itas Intacct before. So just tell me how I should do it, and they would advise us on this. And I think that was really valuable, especially I have one. I remember about one specific thing about the items. I was like, oh, I don't need any items. Because we never used items, and they would explain me why it's relevant to use the items, and what it can bring to us. And he would say, even maybe you don't need right now, just we will do it and you will see later, and we can discuss again later. So to me that was really important. Yes, I would definitely recommend Sage. But for us, really, like I'm very happy also, because when you onboard someone new, it doesn't require a lot of. I would not say a lot of skills, because then you still need skills to manage, but it's very user friendly. Like you can improve on ongoing. So it doesn't require like 1 year of intense project and implementation to do a little change. So you just do it. So that's something I really like. And yeah, for me, really the fact that it's user friendly, it's the biggest thing for me. Yes, I recommend itas as a partner. During the implementation, they gave us really good advices. And again, something I didn't know when I chose itas is that they would support us during the entire time we spend with Intacct, and that's really important for me. Like itas is still there and reachable, and it's bringing solutions for us. So we always have a lot of projects. We are working on integration between HubSpot and Intacct. We are working on an integration with our banks, with one specific bank. So that would be really big project for us, and it will again really help us in terms of efficiency. So that's the next big steps. And we are working on really like insourcing all the accounting for all our subsidiaries, because for some of our subsidiaries we are still the accounting is still externalized, and then we would just input the figures on a monthly basis. The company goal is to keep growing, and Sage, yeah, we need to support that grow, and to streamline the processes in general. Like we went from a startup to what they call sometimes a scale-up company. So for this, every department need on how to streamline the processes, and Intacct is really helping us on that side. So yeah, support the growth of Beqom. I'm satisfied with the implementation. If I had to do it again, I will do it faster. And even if I had to choose, I would go live quickly. And also, I would have taken the decision to go for an accounting system like this earlier. I think it's really well suited for SaaS companies, and I know that you have also different uh, function that you can integrate to Sage. We decided to go for another options, but yeah, I think for SaaS companies it's really well done. We are using this revenue recognition function to recognize your revenue. It's really it's not it's easy to book your revenue, because once it's booked you don't need to look at how it's recognized anymore during the length of the contract. Yes, we save time thanks to the revenue recognition module, but really we improve the quality of the information we have in there, and having accurate and good data, for me it's really key as a group controller, and it brings so much more than just saving some time.